salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين طبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد wa ali Muhammad.
والصلاة والسلام على أهله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. قال عز وجل في قرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Loud salawat please.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
Alhamdulillah, Allah Azza wa Jal, the Merciful, has yet again blessed us with enough life that today on the 27th of Ramadan, thanking Allah Azza wa Jal for all the bounties that He has continuously showered us with, we have gathered yet again to break open another fast in the name of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal, the Merciful, in this blessed month of Ramadan, has given us the opportunity to change the way we look at the dunya, to change the way we see each other, and through the barakat of this blessed month of Ramadan, Ramadan gives us the opportunity to learn those sets of skills, those skills that will be required for us to live the rest of our year. Yani this month of Ramadan, it is the beginning of those classes, the beginning of those lessons that we will require and we will use to live out the remaining years of our lives that we have from Allah Azza wa Jal. Yani the month of Ramadan gives us, the mu'mineen, the opportunity to learn and to renew those skills which we have either forgotten or due to forgetfulness we are not using them in our daily lives. Firstly, the lesson that we learn from the blessed month of Ramadan is how to self-discipline ourselves. Yani the month of Ramadan, it is that strict time from Allah Azza wa Jal, in which there are two times which we strictly follow. One is the time of Sahri and the second is the time of Iftari. Yani these are those two times that for the last years of our lives, we will become very close to the meaning of time. Yani the older you get, the more you understand and the more you try to use the time which Allah Azza wa Jal has given you. Yani a person who is ill, he will have a more sense of time than a person who is not ill. A person who is suffering from such an illness that the doctors have given him a few years, a few months to live, he will have more sense of the meaning of time than a person who is not ill. In this blessed month of Ramadan, the first lesson that we learn is how to self-discipline ourselves. Yani we use the blessed month of Ramadan to exercise and to resist temptations and control our physical desires that we have. Yani in the state of fasting, even though our mind and our stomach is working against us, our mind is telling us to eat, our stomach is telling us to eat, but we are controlling these urges because we know that this blessed month of Ramadan, it is that time from Allah Azza wa Jal in which we are learning new lessons. So the first lesson that we learn in this blessed month of Ramadan is self-discipline. The second lesson that we learn in this blessed month of Ramadan is empathy. Empathy is to feel and to understand those people who are less fortunate than us. Yani, as I have been saying from the first of Ramadan, because sometimes we see blessings and ni'mat on a daily basis, we don't understand and we don't appreciate what bounties Allah Azza wa Jal has given us. And when these bounties are limited or they are taken away from us, that is when we understand what is the meaning of having ni'mat, yani bounties from Allah Azza wa Jal. So the second lesson that we learn is empathy. We feel the thirst what others feel. We feel a hunger what others feel. Yani when it comes to giving charity, and we are told that we need to give one meal to someone, and when it comes to us having a full meal, we spend over £10 on one meal. But when someone says to us that we need to help someone else and feed someone else, we think by giving £5 for a full family, we are doing a big ihsan on Allah Azza wa Jal. Now first, if you give that £5 to someone else, try to live with that £5 for a week. If you are finding it difficult, then how do you expect someone else to live on the money that you are giving in the name of charity? Yani charity should be that is accepted by you firstly. If you can live off £5 for a month, then by all means you give £5. Then you are right in the sense that if you can live off it, then someone else can live off it. So the second lesson that we learn in this blessed month of Ramadan is empathy, feeling what others feel. And the third lesson that we learn in this blessed month of Ramadan is the ability to reflect on ourselves. Yani when we get up for Sahri, and from the moment that we start to fast, we realize that time then slows down even more. Normally, you wouldn't understand when the morning starts and the night starts. You don't feel when the day goes past. But when you are fasting, you feel like that the time slows down even more. And by time slowing down, it gives you the ability to reflect on the life that Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you. It gives you the chance to understand the smallest bounties that Allah Azza wa Jalla has given you. Because you are not worried about the world in the blessed month of Ramadan. You are not worried about food and water. You are not worried about preparing food for yourself for lunch, for breakfast. So the extra time that you have from Allah Azza wa Jal in this blessed month of Ramadan, it is that time that you can use to reflect upon yourself. Sit and try to think that the decisions that you have made from the previous Ramadan up to this Ramadan, were the correct decisions? From the previous Ramadan up to this year's Ramadan, how many steps have you taken to get close to Allah Azza wa Jal? From the previous Ramadan up to this Ramadan, how many actions have you done that has moved you away from Allah Azza wa Jal? How many actions have you done to please the Imam of your time? How many actions that you have done to please those people around you? So the best time of reflection is the blessed month of Ramadan. And whilst we are learning many lessons in the blessed month of Ramadan, it also gives us the opportunity to understand what Deen-e-Islam wants from us. Yani Ramadan is not only so that we change for 1 month, but Ramadan is the beginning, yani the first lesson in making sure that you are on the path of Sirat al-Mustaqim. Ramadan is that first step in trying to understand what Allah Azza wa Jal wants from you. Ramadan is that first step to understand why Allah sent His final messenger, why Allah sent Imams, why the Deen of Islam came for us. So, a few lessons that we learn and what Islam urges us to do in this blessed month of Ramadan. The first is to show kindness no matter what your faith. This is a thing that we are repeating over and over again this year, that Ramadan or charity is not only for the Muslims. As we mentioned yesterday, yani we should be caring for humanity. Our purpose when it comes to charity is obviously we help those that are mu'min, Muslims, that are closer to home. But charity shouldn't stop, and you shouldn't make a boundary for charity saying that this is only for the Muslims. Yani Islam urges us to show kindness no matter what your faith is. Because probably by you showing kindness to someone might have the interest to understand what is Islam. That's if someone is giving everything and not worried about what my religion, what my color, what my race is, then let's discuss what this religion of Islam is. Yani that story of when the Holy Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to Makkah. When the Holy Prophet came to Makkah, the old people started to leave first. And one old woman tried to leave Makkah. And when she's on the outskirts of Makkah, she sees the Holy Prophet of Islam. But at that time she doesn't know that this is that Prophet from whom I am running away from. Because they had heard that he is converting or he is making people believe in the one Lord. And they had many gods. So the Holy Prophet comes up to her and asks her, do you need any help from me? She says, just help me try to move my stuff that I have so that I can take them outside. The Prophet helped her, spent a day in helping her. And before she was leaving, she says, "Oh person, I have not asked your name, but I want to give you some advice. And the advice is this, that someone has come by the name of Muhammad and he is making people leave the old religion and he has brought a new religion." And the Prophet smiles. And she says, "Can I ask your name?" The Prophet says, "I am Muhammad." Yani looking at the akhlaq of the Prophet, she says, "I had heard something else." Yani the first thing that we learn or what Islam urges us to do in this blessed month of Ramadan is to show kindness no matter what your faith. That is the first thing. The second thing is to love thy neighbor. Yani these are some of the basic lessons that we forget. If our neighbor is bad to us, that doesn't mean that we have to be bad to him. But through our akhlaq, through our conduct, we should show them that we are followers of Islam. We are believers of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Yani your actions should be louder than your words. The third thing is to promote humanity. Islam urges this, especially in this blessed month of Ramadan. It is humanity that is making us think about all those other people in Gaza, in Palestine, in Yemen, people that are not even having the ability to have warm food. Yani, so promotes humanity. Islam urges us to care about humanity. The fourth thing is to give charity as much as you can. Yani, charity is not only for the month of Ramadan, but charity should be a part of who you are, a part of you being a Muslim. We have the ability to understand what Islam wants from us. And charity should be first done from home, and then you should give charity to whoever you can, and trying to help as many people as possible. And then the fifth thing is to promote good morals. Yani akhlaq is that foundation in our religion that a person can become the biggest alim, the biggest teacher. If he does not possess any akhlaq, then there is no reason, or the knowledge that he will have will not benefit him. Yani the Holy Prophet was sent to perfect our akhlaq. And we being the followers of the religion of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, we should try our best to learn the akhlaq of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. So I hope that whilst we have been attending, and inshallah the few days that we have remaining, inshallah that we are trying to learn from the lives of Ahlul Bayt in such a way that we want to change ourselves for the betterment of Deen. We want to change ourselves because we want to become that person who Allah Azza wa Jal is pleased with. And inshallah, the lessons that we have learned in this blessed month of Ramadan, if we put them into practice, then inshallah by the coming of the next Ramadan, inshallah our lives will be different. And one hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam al-Muttaqeen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. Imam says, yani look at the akhlaq that Ali Muhammad are teaching us. Imam says that the first person to apologize is the bravest. The first person to apologize is the bravest. And the first person to forgive is the strongest. Yani, look how much effort it takes. Whether you are at fault or you are not at fault. It is, according to Ahlul Bayt, it is the bravest thing to do is to stand up and to say to someone you are sorry. Because you are putting your foot on your heart, you are putting foot on your ego when you are apologizing to someone. So Mawla says that the first to apologize is the bravest. Yani the most bravest thing that according to Mawla Ali you will do is apologizing to someone. The second is that to forgive to someone is the strongest person. It is not easy to forgive someone. We insan, it is our nature that we hold grudges. Mawla says that the first person to forgive is the strongest. And finally Mawla says the first to forget is the happiest. And the reason why our lives are surrounded by problems. We don't want problems to leave us. We want problems to be a part of our lives. We want problems to be a part of our family's lives. We want problems to be a part of our friends' lives. Why? Because we are not able to forget. Mawla says, if you are the first to forget, if you lose money, the quick you forget about losing money, the more happier you will be. Yeah. If every morning you get up and you say, oh, I lost £100, you will become sadder every single day. But the sooner you forget, the happier you will become. Yani Mawla Ali alayhi salatu wasalam is giving us dars here, the lesson. Yani if we want to be the bravest, if we want to be the strongest, and if we want to be the happiest, we need to be the first to apologize, to forgive and to forget, inshallah. And then our lives will change in such a way that inshallah we will be the true followers of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And Imam al-Sajjad alayhi salatu wasalam says that remember that the most precious thing that Allah Azza wa Jal has given you, and you are solely the Malik, the owner of that. That is the heart which Allah Azza wa Jal has given.
Allahu Akbar.
Yani, the cleaner your heart, the richer you are. This heart is a treasure from Allah Azza wa Jal. And we can only purify this by the remembrance of Allah. We can only clean our heart is by what we hear, what we read, we implement on that. And inshallah, through the barakat of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, we will be able to change ourselves in such a way that Allah Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam will be pleased with us inshallah. And as you know, every single day these iftaris have been kindly arranged by you, the beautiful mu'mineen, and today's iftari has been kindly arranged by Dr. Sayyid Asad Raza of Dewsbury. We do dua, Ya Ilahi, for the sake of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. Bless Dr. Sayyid Asad Raza for him organizing this, and shower your mercy upon his children, especially Musa and Isa, inshallah. Ya Ilahi, we do dua, the sawab that we have gained from today's iftari, give that in the names of the marhumeen of Dr. Sayyid Asad Raza, inshallah. And we do dua, Ya Ilahi, for the sake of Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, give shifa to the mother of Dr. Sayyid Asad Raza, inshallah, and give him the ability to continue to serve the religion of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Accept the du'as for the sake of Babul Hawaij alayhi salatu wasalam. Ya Ilahi, we do dua all those people that have been contributing and helping Anjuman Ghulaman-e-Aulad-e-Zahra salamullah alayha. Bless them in every single endeavor that they choose to do, inshallah. And all those people from far and wide that have been attending these iftaris, give them barakat through the vilayat of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. Everyone with the loudest of your voices, Allahumma ajil li waliyyika al-faraj, Allahumma ajil li waliyyika al-faraj, Allahumma ajil li waliyyika al-faraj. Rabbi salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimeen.
Allah Muhammad in 13 today, okay.